you pulled in this huge building, you pull your car up to this little garage portal thing, and then it takes you in your car on this remote, this ride up this massive building in this glass elevator.
Car elevator.
And your car is parked. It sounds cool.
I know. Are you not allowed to ride it if you don't have a Porsche, though?
I don't know. Well, I'm thinking when you're up there, how do you know what happens if you don't leave it in park? I don't know. The ramifications are bad. Exactly. But anyway, the moral of the story is those buildings now are a buyer's market. And I'm not saying they're anything bad, just saying that people are not preferring to buy them over single-family homes.
Well, and that's an example of a place that's not as hot as the rest of the country in terms of, appreciation and all that. So, okay, migration to lower tax states. That's point number 6. For states with the lowest taxes, an average of 4 people moved in from other parts of the country for every 1 person who left over the last 8 years, according to a new report from Redfin. The trend has reversed in high tax states where an average of 2.5 people left for every 1 person who moved in. For example, Nevada, Florida, South Carolina, and Texas are prime examples of low tax states that are attracting new residents. Nevada gained more residents than any other state over the last 8 years. For every 9 people who moved to Nevada from 2013 to 2020, just 1 person left, and it's the 6th lowest tax rate in the country. 1 in 5 home buyers now cite lower state taxes as their motivation to move. In Texas, Apple and Google, that should have said Tesla. Sorry, that was a typo from autocorrect. Tesla, Apple, and Google have all moved from California to Texas. Austin is one of the fastest growing cities in the country.
People talk about those big companies or the big sort of like flash companies that everyone knows about, but Oracle moved. And there's a billion other companies that basically have moved or are moving to Texas in particular. Yep. But again, we were Austonians for a while. Basically, we lived in Georgetown. And the trend towards California, people migrating to Texas was already going on. It's been going on for a long time. But this basically sped things up. And then obviously you had the California taxes that went up. And the taxes are going to continue to go up. So open your eyes here, folks. All we're trying to tell you is the long-term trends are your friend as long as you're not thinking it's going to be some sort of short-term aberration. This is a long-term trend. You're going to see more migration. Once people move and their friends move and their kids move and their kids are settled back in schools, then they have new doctors and vets and all the rest of it, they tend to not move. They tend to stay put. And you're going to see these trends continue. If nothing else, they're going to pick up momentum over the next probably 3 to 5 years. So if you're in one of the markets that's gaining residents, well, then you're going to be on the right side of appreciation or inflation. If you're one of those on the wrong side, you better be minding the store and looking to see where the actual macro trends and micro trends are in your individual market, or you could very well be caught living in an area where it's going to be super hard to sell a house. Now, not saying you won't be able to help people make money, just pointing out it's a simple fact. You got to decide what you want your business to be like. Julie and I